morning, St. Clair. I'm Robbie.
And I'm Mason. Today is September 5th, 2018. Hope you all had a great 3-day weekend.
This is Bulldog Breakdown, where we talk about the events that happened at our school.
First up, I spoke with Assistant Superintendent Mrs. H about the United Way's involvement with our school in the upcoming Penny Wars fundraiser.
The Franklin County United Way actually helps about 53 agencies in Franklin County, and it's through those agencies that actually students of St. Clair are helped. So agencies like Crider, Boy Scouts of America, Girl Scouts of America, those are the types of agencies that actually assist our students in those ways. Last year we had about probably $84,000 of United Way money that came into the St. Clair area. St. Clair residents and students were helped about 5,400 times. So the money that is raised here in St. Clair actually does stay in St. Clair and help the students of St. Clair. This year, their motto is improving lives, improving the future. So they really do want to kind of stick with families and stick with agencies and see how we're making an impact. They do all kinds of events across the county. They do things such as United Way Power of the Purse auctions, which raises a lot of money for the Franklin County United Way. Also, they do golf tournaments. They do other fun events like mouse races and barbecue events. But their biggest way of actually receiving money for United Way is through businesses and through their employee payroll deduction. And that's kind of how St. Clair teachers and staff help through the payroll. Penny Wars is just one additional way that United Way collects money from many of the school districts in the area. Actually, and I wanted to brag on St. Clair folks, just this past year, St. Clair staff raised over $23,000 for United Way. And Penny Wars is actually part of that money that our student council and all of those different groups assist in collecting as well. But then just another little tidbit that's really exciting is that just over the past 7 years, St. Clair teachers and staff have raised over $120,000 for United Way. So that is a major contribution to the Franklin County United Way.
Next up, our Club Spotlight segment.
In this episode, Hannah shines the light on Drama Club.
Tune in as Hannah speaks to Mr. DeMitt about the exciting things happening in Drama Club.
I would have to say the hardest thing about the auditions for Lizzie, Darcy, and Jane, our fall show, was the fact that we had so many people show up. That's a good problem to have. But when you have so many people show up and you have such a small time slot of almost 3 hours, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it actually, auditions take up a lot of time, even with just 15 people. With 25 people, you don't always get to see what you would like to see, so you try to pick interesting pieces from the script that will show characterization and show acting ability. But the hardest thing was trying to get that all done within the time period that we had. I chose the cast based on what they did that night, which is hard because as a director I know some of my students are capable of other things, but that's why it's important to every single audition to bring your A game, because you could have an off night and not get the part you wanted, but there are other shows and this show has a specific look and a specific feel we're going for. So the cast ended up being different than previous years. So Lizzie, Darcy, and Jane is a dramatic comedy that will be playing on November 9th, 10th, and 11th. November 9th and 10th, it will be playing at 7. And on the 11th, it will be playing at 2:30. That is a Sunday matinee. I'm looking forward to the show. It's going to challenge our students. It's going to be a very intellectual show. And I hope to see you all there. Ticket prices will be announced very soon. Be looking for posters and check the website for details.
In my segment, I examine what it is like to be a St. Clair foreign exchange student.
As far as the student's concerned, it's beneficial for them. They get a better grasp of the English language. They get to share their culture with their host family and their host school, their friends that they make. Also, they get to learn about our culture. We wanted to reach out and learn about a new culture, and bringing them here to live with us cost us very little. To feed them and give them a place to sleep was pretty much the only thing it costs, and we gained so much from them. We've learned about Japan and Russia, and we are currently learning about Germany.
It's all opportunities you get and all the help and funny things that you are able to do. I was tired of home kind of, so I wanted to explore and see how it is for real in America.
Ms. Grinnell is teaching a new course this year, PLTW, Principles of Biomedical Sciences.
Ian spoke to Ms. Grinnell and some students to find out more about this.
So the class itself is basically taking a more hands-on, inquiry-based, high-order thinking approach in regards to the death of our fictional person. In this case, her name is Anna Garcia. What we are looking at, what each unit kind of encompasses here, is looking at different diseases and other biological concepts to kind of tie in what exactly caused her death. This is a class where they're going to really look at applying the scientific method tremendously here, gathering their data, collecting information, putting it together in a binder or notebook, and finally coming to a conclusion of how exactly did she die based on the concepts that we've covered previously. So it's a lot of hands-on, project-based, inquiry-based, high-order critical thinking.
My future job is to be a doctor, and that class can help me because it teaches me things about the human body. We get to dissect a fetal pig, and it would be pretty cool because I get to see what it's like to cut open something and see the organs and how they work.
I'm interested in being a surgeon, and having biology really helps because you know what's going on inside.
We're trying to figure out how this woman died, and so we're analyzing fingerprints and going over evidence at the crime scene.
This week's person of St. Clair is Mr. McDaniel.
Mr. McDaniel is a 2005 St. Clair High School graduate and a business teacher.
See, I graduated here in 2005. Before I went back to get my degree, I started subbing here as well as with Lowndale. Enjoyed the atmosphere, wanted to be, so we were just fortunate that Mrs. Ship retired and got in here and where I want to be, and I like it, enjoy it. It's my 5th year here, 4th year in the high school. And I had Mrs. Rosala and Mrs. Click. She was my science teacher freshman year. So seeing them in the halls is a little different, you know, and interacting with them, I still kind of feel like a student, but not even with just a teacher, just walking the halls and remembering, you know, all the memories that I had, and just with interacting with some of the other teachers that are now teaching that were students with me. So it's pretty neat, and I don't even know how to really describe it. It's just something that I don't think a lot of people get the opportunity to do. So it's pretty cool, whether it's fundraising or just being there to watch the kids do their activities and their games. And just high school is like a blink of an eye, just 1 second. You start, you're done.
This year, St. Clair Area Chamber of Commerce hosted its first food truck event series.
The event is aimed to bring the community together.
The last Food Truck Friday is this week, Friday, September 7th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Orchard Park.
And now Trey with sports.
Coach McCuskey and senior player Hannah Macklett tell us what to look forward to this season.
Some of the strengths of my volleyball team this year are that we are working as one big whole team, and we're not being individualized, and we know that we have a job to do, each one of them individually, to make the team a better team. I have 5 girls that are coming back onto my varsity team this year. Hannah Macklett being a senior, Gracie Sohn being a junior, Emma Henson junior, Loilani Bursey sophomore, and Michaela Johnson sophomore.
I'm obviously looking forward to this season, and I'm super grateful to be the only senior, hopefully leaving my legacy and leading our younger girls into their best themselves.
Senior Timmy Hoffman was chosen as KLPW's Athlete of the Week last week.
Good. It's something I strive for every day, and I'm proud to get the award.
He has good leadership. He knows what to do in certain situations. When we're in the huddle, he's like a little father. He's like the king of the group. He tells us what to do, how to do it, and I don't know, he just leads us on, and we lead him on. So we just carry ourselves. That's what we do.
This week's home games are volleyball and JV football on Tuesday, softball on Thursday, and football versus Pacific on Friday.
Thank you for watching.
We will see you next episode on the Bulldog Breakdown.